From the Cronkite studios in downtown Phoenix, this is Cronkite News.
An in-depth look at women using illicit drugs while they're pregnant, what that addiction means for them and their babies.
Plus, a record number of drugs have been seized in Arizona this year. We'll look at the routes smugglers are using.
And the latest on a possible budget agreement to hold off a government shutdown.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News. I'm Sydney Glenn.
And I'm Audrey Wheel. Thanks for joining us. Our top story tonight, an investigation you'll see only on Cronkite News.
I took an in-depth look at pregnant women addicted to drugs. Earlier this year, the Cronkite News Heroin Project exposed the recent epidemic of heroin use across the state. A national survey just last year said heroin use in women between the ages of 15 and 44 jumped from 83,000 in 2012 to 109,000 in 2014. Even more troubling is that some of those women are using heroin and other illicit drugs while pregnant. Every day, Dr. Nathan Lepp treats babies in neonatal intensive care units across Phoenix. Some of them are unwillingly addicted to drugs.
This is a burgeoning epidemic that really has just happened in the last 5 to 8 years that all of us who take care of babies are just now really dealing with every day.
According to the Department of Health Services in Arizona, the rate of newborns exposed to narcotics has increased more than 218% since 2009. Christy Arthur was pregnant, addicted to meth, and unable to stay sober. That's when she turned to a recovery program for addicted pregnant women in Phoenix.
Honestly, I came in because I wanted to just stay sober long enough to have my baby.
Dana Neves, also addicted to meth, checked in at the same time. She didn't know where else to turn.
I never wanted to be pregnant and use a substance. I never thought I would be that kind of a person.
Angela Phillips with Community Bridges Center for Hope works closely with these women and sees the emotional toll.
They feel that they've hurt their baby, their baby's gonna come out with problems and it's all their faults, and now they're fighting not only their previous problems and concerns that possibly started their addiction, but now the concerns of what have I done to my baby.
The women are put on special treatments to kick the addiction. Common detox drugs include methadone, buprenorphine, Subutex, and Suboxone. The Center for Hope uses a methadone treatment program, but that doesn't alleviate the risk of the infant enduring withdrawal symptoms.
A lot of the women who are on methadone and they go to give birth to their baby's going to experience withdrawals.
When babies are born with neonatal abstinence syndrome, they end up in the NICU, where they can remain for an extended period of time.
In a baby, we're looking for signs and symptoms that include inconsolable crying, vomiting, diarrhea, shaking. It can even go so bad as to be seizures.
But neonatal abstinence syndrome is not the only risk these newborns face.
There's really lifelong effects that can affect the child after delivery. So things like cognitive delays or developmental delays, social delays, behavioral problems.
Arthur, a mother of 6, experienced the devastating effects on her children.
I mean, there's a lot of factors that will say, yes, my kids did have side effects from my using.
Arthur says she's put the past behind her.
I'm in a good place. I've been sober for 9 years. January will be 10 for me. I have a really good job. I have a stable house. I'm married. My kids know that I'll be home at night.
And so has Neves.
I now have my bachelor's degree. I'm a director in the position that I work in. I cleaned up my credit. I bought a house. I got married. So now I have, the traditional family, the mom, the dad, the 3 kids, 3 dogs.
According to the 2014 National Survey on Drug Use and Health, over 120,000 women admitted to using some type of illicit drug while pregnant. For a full multimedia report, visit cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
Smugglers are bringing more hard drugs across the border. Authorities seized a record amount of meth and heroin in Arizona this year. Cronkite News reporter Bailey Naich has been examining the routes that make Arizona a major drug smuggling corridor.
According to the DEA, while less marijuana is crossing the Arizona-Sonora border, more hard drugs are entering the country. The amount has been steadily growing, but in the last 5 years, there's been a huge spike. In 2010, 163 kilograms of heroin were interdicted. In 2015, 2.5 times that amount were seized. For methamphetamines, 732 kilograms seized skyrocketed to nearly 3,000 kilograms in 2015. The smugglers get very creative in how they sneak drugs across the border. While Border Patrol seizes marijuana in more remote areas of the desert, customs officers find heroin and meth hidden in vehicles at border crossings. This past Saturday, customs officers at the Nogales border crossing discovered 43 pounds of meth in a hidden compartment and arrested 3 smugglers from Sonora. Earlier this month, customs officers at the Nogales port of entry found 33 pounds of meth stashed in the center console and underneath the floorboards of this vehicle. The load included other drugs as well. The total value, about $800,000. It's easier to hide heroin because cartels package the drug in smaller quantities due to its potency. Smugglers hid 20 pounds under multiple layers of this vehicle's frame. According to the DEA, the smuggling corridor that runs through Arizona heads to the upper Midwest. Most often, the drugs move up Interstate 40 and cut across I-80 to reach their final destination in North and South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa, and Minnesota. Often the drivers arrested with drugs along those interstates in the upper Midwest are from Arizona. Bailey Naitch, Cronkite News.
There are nearly 2,000 missing persons in the state of Arizona, cases ranging from days old to years. The first ever Missing in Arizona Day was held this past weekend, a way for families missing loved ones to hopefully find answers. Local and state agencies put on this event to help connect families with the resources they need to continue their efforts, possibly connecting those cases with some of the state's 1,300 unidentified bodies. This is a sobering fact for many people who have spent years looking for their missing family. But for others who are recently missing, their family hopes that these resources can help them find their loved one alive and well. Fabian Castrejon's sister Janet is 44 years old and has mental capacity limitations. She went missing on June 19th while camping with family in the Coronado Forest.
We've spoken to our detective. He has basically said there's no leads to go off of, so that at this point they're not, I shouldn't say they're not doing anything, but they don't have anything to go on. So we are trying to get somehow, somewhere, somebody that knows something to point us into where else we can look or where else we can try to find answers.
The event offered private support groups for the families, and law enforcement was on hand to take reports and gather DNA and medical records from families of missing persons.
Education advocates say they've reached an agreement on how money would be distributed to Arizona schools following a school funding lawsuit. Pending approval by a special legislative session, schools would get around $3.5 billion in funding over the next 10 years. According to the Arizona School Boards Association, schools will get an increased base pay of $3,600 per student, and statewide back pay will start at $50 million a year. The money will be paid via the State General Fund and Land Trust Permanent Fund. It's estimated that for a district of 10,000 students, the settlement will provide a revenue of $2 million in the first year alone.
2014 college graduates in Arizona had the 5th lowest amount of student debt in the nation. That's according to a new report done by the Institute for College Access and Success. The report looked at graduates of nonprofit four-year colleges and said the average debt for Arizona graduates increased just 25% from 2004. That's one of the lowest rates in the nation. The lowest average debt levels for 2014 grads, Utah, New Mexico, and Nevada were all around $20,000. California was about $21,000, and Arizona comes in at almost $23,000.
A tentative federal budget deal was reached behind closed doors last night between House leadership and the White House. The deal would take budget showdowns off the table until after the 2016 elections. Included in the deal is an $80 billion raise in spending over the next 2 years and cuts to programs like Medicare and Social Security disability benefits.
The agreement isn't perfect by any means, but the alternative was a clean debt ceiling increase without any additional support for our troops and without any entitlement reforms. So this is a good deal.
But not everyone in the Republican Party is pleased. Some lawmakers have been dissatisfied with the behind-the-scenes negotiations to get the deal.
Let me say this. I'm reserving judgment on this agreement because I quite frankly haven't seen it yet. I want to see what it looks like on paper. But about the process, I can say this. I think this process stinks.
Boehner did say he agreed with Representative Ryan, but said there wasn't any other choice.
One thing left off the potential budget deal was a long-term transportation bill to replenish the Highway Trust Fund, which will run out of cash this month. Congress can pass a temporary fix to buy more time until a long-term deal can be reached.
Global warming has always been a divisive issue,
but it's starting to gain more acceptance. Coming up on Cronkite News, what a near record number of Americans are saying about global warming.
And one man's trash could be an artist's treasure. The city of Phoenix is looking to turn trash into works of art.
Hi, I'm Paula Kirker, president of PBS, and I'd like to personally thank you if you've made a contribution to 8 Arizona PBS. You know, when you fund your favorite shows on this station, you're ensuring great television continues to be available for yourself, your family, and everyone in your community. One of the easiest ways to do that is by making a monthly contribution on an ongoing basis, what we call sustaining membership. When you call, tell us how much you'd like to donate each month. Our current sustainers tell us that $10, $15, or $20 a month is best for them, but you decide what works for you. After you've made that call, we will deduct that amount each month from your credit card or your bank account, and we will continue until you tell us otherwise. Your membership will always remain current, and renewal notices will become a thing of the past. Best of all, your ongoing support means that the best television on television will continue to come your way every single day of the year. So please, consider a sustaining contribution today. Thank you for your support of this PBS station.
A new study from WalletHub ranked about 100 cities in the country on how green they are by looking at environmental quality and the sustainability of transportation and energy sources. Phoenix and Tucson came in the middle of the pack on the list, but some other cities didn't fare as well. Scottsdale ranks number 68 and Mesa takes the 85th spot. Glendale hit 93 on the list. Chandler is number 95 and Gilbert is second to last at number 99.
It's one of the most controversial topics of our time, pitting believers and deniers against each other. But in the past few months, the U.S. has seen near record highs in the percentage of Americans who believe there's strong evidence of global warming.
I think there's very strong evidence, and I've actually thought that way for many, many years.
Larky Hodges is in agreement with most of the country when it comes to views on global warming. According to the national surveys on energy and the environment, 70% of Americans say they believe in global warming, up 10% from this time last year, and just behind the record 72% in 2008.
Based on how compelling the science is, how people are seeing things, whether it's, drought or extreme weather, they see on a worldwide basis that this is an issue that people are concerned about.
The survey asked respondents to indicate which factors had a very large effect on their beliefs. The top 3 categories were severe drought, diminishing glaciers, and extreme weather events. State climatologist Dr. Nancy Sellover says even though we are in a 21-year dry period, these factors aren't a sure sign.
The longest drought that we know about lasted almost 60 years, and it was 800 or so years ago. We didn't have an increased amount of carbon at that point in time, so we can't necessarily blame it on that. So it's really hard to try and pin any particular weather event on a larger scale long-term climate situation.
Sellover says noticeable weather changes might still be a long way off.
We are seeing not necessarily evidence of extreme events, but continuously warmer temperatures.
In looking toward the future, Hodges says this is an issue that requires everyone's support.
People just have to look past the partisan politics and say what's best for me and my children.
Barr says the survey was released at a perfect time, just a few months before the World Climate Summit in Paris this December.
Federal officials proposed a recovery plan for the endangered Gila chubfish that seeks to reduce threats from non-native species and protect the fish's dwindling habitat. The small-finned minnow with a deep and chubby body was added to the Endangered Species Act back in 2005. It can be found in Arizona, New Mexico, and northern Mexico, but has lost habitat to groundwater depletion and livestock grazing.
The green sunfish living in the Colorado River is in danger. Biologists say the invasive fish is a threat to native fish below the Glen Canyon Dam and needs to be removed. Their plan is to poison the invasive fish by using a toxin derived from plant roots. Biologists say they will try to plan the treatment carefully to minimize exposure to humans, livestock, and the environment.
It's a new step in sustainability. The city of Phoenix wants to turn trash into art, and it's looking for artists to find beauty and waste. Cronkite News reporter Eleni Dow takes a look into the program.
As many as 3 artists will be placed at a transfer station on Lower Buckeye and 27th Avenue. There are endless possibilities when pairing an artist with a load of trash that they can use. Local artist Beth Shook collects furniture parts to create her artwork.
My work is about a narrative and about a story, and we talk about seeing things differently, and every piece of furniture had a story. And to incorporate that story into my story is part of why I use it again.
Recycling and reusing materials is the goal for the Artist in Residency pilot project, part of the Reimagine Phoenix initiative.
So the hope with this project is that artists can add another layer to that conversation by showing what's possible, that cardboard is in fact paper and can be used.
The Artists in Residency have 4 months to go through all of this trash and create artwork with what they find.
I'll come to the studio and there will be bedposts leaning up against my door someone was going to throw away.
Another man's trash is an artist's treasure. The artists will have a large supply of different materials they can pick up from the waste transfer station.
Typically on an average day, we'll see cardboard, plastics, tires, all kinds of metal, a lot of garbage.
Shook would be happy to live next to a lumberyard for wood, or a place that would give her endless supplies.
It would be exciting to be able to have that resource, to always know I have this resource, because it's amazing what sparks an idea. When you pick something up and you see the edge of a curve and you think, oh my gosh, and it sparks this idea, the inspiration to move on and the motivation to create.
The application deadline for artists is this Friday the 30th. After 4 months of digging through trash and creating art, the work will be displayed at City Hall or another venue. In downtown Phoenix, Eleni Dow, Cronkite News.
Mortgage prices in Arizona are at record lows.
But for some families, they still need a little extra help. Coming up on Cronkite News, what one program in Maricopa County is doing to help more people buy a house.
The easiest and best way to support 8 Arizona PBS is by becoming a sustaining member. Your monthly contribution of $5 or more comes directly from your bank account or credit card, so you know your membership is always current. It also means no more renewal notices in your mailbox. So more of your dollars go to the programs you love. It's convenient for you, greener for us, and better for the planet. Become a sustaining member today.
Tap into the art scene from coast to coast. Join the Art Beat Nation, a weekly series where you'll experience a rich cultural tapestry of art stories from across America. Meet artists, writers, composers, and performers setting the pulse of the arts in America now. Join us for a brand new episode of Art Beat Nation. Sunday at 5 on 8HD. When you want to be more connected, friend us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, watch us online. Become a news source for the Arizona PBS Public Insight Network. Your ideas and insights can help us create relevant and distinctive reporting. Join now at azpbs.org/pin.
Throughout its history, Arizona PBS and volunteers have enjoyed a rich and rewarding partnership. Whether answering phones during our pledge campaigns, stuffing envelopes, or assisting with special events, volunteering at 8 is fun and provides excellent work experience, team building for a group, and a sense of community involvement and importance. If you would like to volunteer at 8, or if you have dropped off our mailing list, we encourage you to call the number on your screen or go online at azpbs.org/volunteer. Thank you.
Mortgage rates in Arizona have hit some record lows this month, but some families still need some extra help to get that new home. Cronkite News reporter Julia Thatcher takes a look at one program offering extra assistance.
American dream, owning your own home, and now more families have the possibility of being homeowners thanks to a program available right here in Maricopa County. Earlier today, Phoenix and Maricopa County officials announced an expansion of their Home in 5 program to include teachers and first responders. The program provides a 5% grant for the loan's amount for those who qualify. Those advocating for the program say they hope to give back to members of the community who are truly deserving.
People that have committed themselves to public service financially are rewarded for doing so. We want them to feel that stability that all of us that are blessed with home ownership have the opportunity to do.
The program targets veterans, low-income and moderate-income families, and today, teachers, firefighters, and police officers. To date, over 7,600 families have purchased their homes through this program. It started in September of 2012, and of those individuals, 90% were first-time homebuyers. For Karan Hardiman, who bought his home through the program in December of 2014, he said the process of applying was easy and took less than 30 days to close on his house. But it was about much more than just buying a home. It gave him a sense of belonging.
But I feel now that I'm part of the community. Right? No offense to any renters, you know, but when you are a homeowner in a community that you feel like this is where you want to live your life and I want to build and live this American dream, I think that's so important.
The program is only available in Maricopa County. The money comes from lenders and goes towards down payments and closing costs.
Being able to have somebody give me that down payment really eased me in the process for being a first-time homeowner.
To find out if you're eligible, contact Phoenix Industrial Development Authority at phoenixida.com. In the Broadcast Center, Julia Thatcher, Cronkite News. Meanwhile, you should expect to see lower heating bills this winter. That's thanks to predictions of warmer weather in the eastern U.S. in the coming weeks, courtesy of El Nino. That warmer weather is expected to lower demand for fuel, resulting in an above-average stockpile. Natural gas prices are currently at a 3-year low. The prices have fallen 20% in this month alone.
They are a hallmark of late October. Some people call them demons.
And some say they suck your blood. Coming up on Cronkite News, we'll tell you how bats like these are actually a big help to your community.
Fridays, it's at Cronkite News, your social sharing connection where you choose the news. Facebook likes and shares, tweets, retweets, and favorites. YouTube views and subscriptions. We're watching you watch us. From our digital home at cronkitenews.azpbs.org to your television, web browser, or mobile device. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Then join us for at Cronkite News, our weekly refresh, each Friday at 5 on Arizona PBS.
The easiest and best way to support 8 Arizona PBS is by becoming a sustaining member. Your monthly contribution of $5 or more comes directly from your bank account or credit card, so you know your membership is always current. It also means no more renewal notices in your mailbox. So more of your dollars go to the programs you love. It's convenient for you, greener for us, and better for the planet. Become a sustaining member today.
Hi, I'm Judy Woodruff, co-anchor of the PBS NewsHour. Preparing the next generation of journalists has never been more important than it is now. With its groundbreaking partnership with Arizona PBS, the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication at ASU is revolutionizing journalism education to provide students with a real opportunity to work and learn under the supervision of veteran journalists, producers, directors, and editors on newscasts, investigative stories, and documentary productions. The Cronkite School and Arizona PBS, reinventing journalism education in the digital age.
Bats have gotten a bad reputation as one of the things that go bump in the night. But Bat Week is here to change that. Elizabeth Blackburn reports.
Bat Week brings together government agencies and private organizations to help bring more awareness about these winged mammals.
Bats are not blind. They're not going to get stuck in your hair. They're not going to drink your blood. Bats are actually very intelligent animals.
Bats are actually important around the world, says Jonathan Reichard with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, partially because of what they eat.
You eat a huge amount of insects, and so having them in our ecosystems is really important. And they help balance healthy ecosystems, maintain healthy forests and wetlands.
The experts said that without bats eating insects, our food cost would likely be higher and air quality lower.
Corn and cucumbers and peaches and anything you can imagine that we eat
some insect eats too, and a lot of those insects have a night flying part of their life cycle.
And Rob Mai says Arizona has the highest species diversity of bats of all of the states.
There's insect eaters, there's bats that eat scorpions, they're called the pallid bat. There's also nectar feeders as well. So they come to cactus at night and pollinate.
Despite all the good bats do, Leslie Sturgis says bats have a PR problem.
There's really nothing a bat can do to you, and just leave them be and enjoy the fact they're out there all night long, flying around, these tiny animals flying around in the night sky, just eating insects, like helping us, and they don't even know it, and we need to appreciate that.
Reporting in D.C., I'm Elizabeth Blackburn, Cronkite News.
Cronkite News is proud to be the news division of Arizona PBS. Here's what's next on Arizona Horizon and PBS NewsHour.
Coming up after Cronkite News, it's Arizona Horizon. We'll hear from a filmmaker behind a documentary about Arizona's Groundwater Management Act. And it'll be time once again for our ever-popular Look at Science News with Lawrence Krause.
I'm Gwen Eiffel on the next NewsHour. How vulnerable is our electric grid to cyber attack? Ted Koppel explores the scary potential in a new book, Tuesday on the PBS NewsHour.
That's it for Cronkite News tonight. Thanks for joining us.
For top Arizona stories anytime, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.